Hey guys, how's it going? This is TheVideoGamer64 slash Mr. Arcade Retro Gamer 64 here, and today I am going to be sharing my memories of my favorite game of all time, of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on Nintendo 64 and 3DS. I don't have my Nintendo 64 copy anymore of it, but it's one of my favorite, no, it's not one of my, it is my favorite game of all time, no doubt about that. And I grew up playing with this since I was a kid and everything. I wrote my bullet points down of my memories with The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I'm going to be talking about them. I wrote them down on a piece of paper in order, but I'm not going to be reading it like this the whole time, you know. I ain't going to be reading like that the whole time. I'm just going to be talking like this to y'all. Number one, how did I get it? I got The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time back in 1998 with my Nintendo 64 and Pokemon Stadium 1. And oh my god, that is one of the best Christmases I've ever had. Wait a minute. Is Christmases a word? I don't think so. Well, anyway guys, it's one of the best Christmas that I've ever had. Because that was the first year I ever got into gaming. Now to number two. My first time playing it. The day I played it, I fell in love with the game. I really enjoyed the game back then, even though I didn't know what I was doing until 10 years later after I got it. Back in 2008, a long time ago, from when I beat the enemies in the Dooku tree, I knew once I beat it, like the enemies in the Dooku tree, I knew that my journey has just begun. Now, number four, the temples. The temples in the game, I remember some of them being pretty easy, like the Forest Temple and the Fire Temple. That was just the two easy temples in my opinion. But what challenged me the most was that fucking Water Temple. That Water Temple, oh my god, it was a challenge. I never thought I would ever be able to beat that temple. But it took me a long ass time to beat it. But in the long run, I finally beat the temple. But like the Spirit Temple and all of them, they're very good. All the temples are good. The Water Temple was challenging, but yes, I will admit it was good too. But it was fun. The whole game is fun, in general. And then 5 years later, in 2013, I finally beat The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Which, as a matter of fact, this year made 5 years since I beat it, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And I remember it like it was yesterday when I defeated Ganondorf. Oh my god, I was so excited. I was jumping up and down, you know. I was jumping like I don't know what. But I was jumping like crazy. But it took me off and on 15 years to beat the whole game. From 1998 all the way to 2013. Oh man, those were the good days. And then after beating the game, I grew more confidence in my gaming skills. It was the first and only Zelda game that I have ever beaten at the time, and still is to this day. And let's see, what else do I have here? And it was also the Legend of Zelda game that got me in the whole Zelda series after all these years of playing them. I think that's all I had to say on page one. Switch the page around. There we go. Ocarina of Time on the 3DS. This year, I got The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on my Nintendo 3DS with a few other games when I got the 3DS. But, to me, Ocarina of Time and Link Between Worlds are my two favorite 3DS games that I own. And, anyway, back to Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time is a good game. It was good back then and it still is good now. It holds up very well to this day. And overall, the game is awesome. I highly recommend this game to anybody that is looking for a fun game and a long game. Just don't take 15 years like I did. But, to beat the game. But anyway, it is my favorite Zelda game of all time. As a matter of fact, it's even my consider my favorite game of all time. I love the game with a passion. And the music in the game, the tempos in the game, everything in the game is perfect. I love all the Zelda games that I've played, like the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, all of them. I love the other ones too, like the newer ones, obviously, Link Between Worlds. I love that one. And, oh my god, they're all so awesome. Awesome! But, to me, Ocarina of Time is going to be a popular game even more, even more years to come. And it's like for future generations. It's going to be very popular in future generations. And I'm proud to say that I grew up with The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. One of the best games ever made. Just look at the back of this. This is a beauty right here. I know one thing. I just love this game so freaking much. It is one of my favorite games of all time in the Zelda series. No, I keep saying it's one of my favorites when it's actually my favorite game of all time. It's my favorite game of all time. Highly recommend this game to anybody. And if any of you grew up with the Ocarina of Time game like I did, feel free to share your memories of like what was your favorite moment in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. How did you feel when you beat the game? Did you feel good? Or did you just crave more of the Zelda series like I did? Just tell me anything about what you love about the Legend of Zelda series. And I hope all of you guys truly enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe to my TheVideoGamer64 channel and my Mr. Arcade Retro Gamer 64 channel to see more videos on here. And this is TheVideoGamer64 / Mr. Arcade Retro Gamer 64 signing off.